Now, we have been ever so good these last few months, haven't we?
We've been really good, haven't we?
Our old habits of going out before fishing matches
Ended.
Finished.
Finito.
We
Healthy,
don't do it
aren't
anymore. Healthy, full of vitality and life, haven't we?
we? Fit men.
We don't need alcohol on a Friday night to soothe away the troubles of the week, do we, mate?
We did last Friday though, didn't we?
Yes. Last Friday night, we decided, didn't we?
We're going to get
Because
roller kick, won't we?
we've done so crap in every other round of the Preston Innovations pole fishing pairs.
Thought we'd have a beer.
And so we stopped over at Garbolino Lindholme Lakes with the pegging on Friday afternoon and shot a few pictures, a little feature.
And we had the pleasure of staying in some luxury accommodation that night, didn't we?
We did, provided by Rob Walters, I believe his name is, but everybody knows him as Root Rob.
He does hand-tied hook lens, and he's got one of the new luxury, was it 4-berth lodges?
Yes, 4-berth lodges.
At Garbolino Lindholme Lakes. And I tell you what, it was bloody lovely, wasn't it?
It was. We stopped
nice
in there,
kitchen.
didn't we?
Yeah.
And we went to the Reindeer, and we had a nice meal with Alan Scawthorne, Finlay Bulbeck, Sam Collett,
Yeah.
and Alex Doherty. And he stopped with us overnight, didn't he?
We did. We had the boy around, didn't we?
And the boy. But then we had another one, then we had another one. We weren't going to have many, were we?
We only had a couple,
It
didn't
just happened. I'll tell you what led us astray, I felt.
we? Them two.
Wakelin and Will
Yes.
Razor led us astray, didn't they, mate?
Devils.
But we had a lovely night, a few drinks, rolled back, and we just did this little video just to show you...
The accommodation.
Well, I'm here tonight in absolutely lovely lakeside lodge owned by a chap called Root Rob, who also does hand-tied hook lengths, and we've been very generously offered this accommodation by Garbolino Lindholme Lakes, and it is absolutely lovely lodge. There's loads going on. We've got a nice fitted kitchen, comfortable sofa area, and then moving further through the unit, we've got two luxurious bedroom areas like this, and also a beautiful fitted bathroom. But I have got a slight problem, and I've got some very noisy residents in one of the rooms.
Yes, my beauty. Oh, my beauty, pull it.
You can hear the problem that I've got here.
Twist it, pull harder.
You can see this is meant to be a family resort, and I've got these two clowns.
Oh, twist it right around.
These two clowns stopping me. I don't know what the bloody hell's going on
We are
here.
nearly there. Oh, we have got the section apart. Yes, me and my friend Alex. We had a pole section stuck together today. And now tonight we've got it apart. Alex, poor lad, got his pole section stuck together,
Very
didn't you?
stuck.
And we've got it apart.
So, how did you feel on Saturday morning when you awoke?
Perfectly fine, mate. Fresh as a daisy. Up, ready, raring to go.
Really?
No.
Bit groggy?
I were alright. I had my egg on toast and I was fine.
Were you?
Yeah, were you alright?
Once I had my cup of coffee and bacon and beans on toast, mate, I was on top of the world.
And
I
did-
really was.
And I got someone to draw for they, didn't they, and all?
I let Oliver Scawthorne draw for me.
And did he pull your flyer out?
He pulled me... Stop it.
What?
No. Nick Speed, who helped me peg the lake, he said to me, I don't know who's pegged this lake. That shouldn't be him, peg 16 on bonsai.
And it were end peg, wasn't it?
It might have been an M peg.
And they snared a few, didn't they?
I had a lovely day's fishing, Matt, yes. It's interesting now, we're told that there've been loads of fish caught on people dobbing up to reeds. And Nick did actually say to me, he thought I'd struggle to beat peg 1. And I think it's peg 4 or something like that. Where we've got big,
They've
thick...
been catching quite a few there,
Yeah,
haven't they?
60, 70, 80 pound of F1s, but and carp, you see. He said, well, so
Yeah,
you've got to hope that they catch some carp, and not so many F1s, but they've been catching them dobbing. And I got to my peg, I looked at it and thought, you know what? There's just nothing here that's going to hold any quantity of dobbing fish, because although you've got an island opposite, there's no cover.
Yeah.
Now, maybe there was one little feature on the long pole down near to me right, I could have maybe dobbed to, but I thought, you know what? I've not come here. Just sit there with a piece of corn at half depth. It's just not my style.
You've
know
got
what I
a
mean?
bucket full of bait with you,
I
haven't you?
got 4 pints of casters and some maggots, and they were getting used, and some worms and all. So, what I decided to do was, because I've got some room with being the end peg, and because I didn't fancy it for dobbing, I thought I'm going to feed 2 lines. I'm going to loose feed on one, straight in front of me, in the deepest part of my peg, because it's gone really clear, bonsai. I don't quite know why, but it's the clearest I've ever seen it. The deepest part of my peg at 11 metres, where I've got a nice hard gravel bottom.
Yeah.
And then I fed another line just at a slight angle away from that. So if you imagine one at 12 o'clock and one at 2 o'clock, and there, a kinder pot with a little bit of chopped worm
Right.
as well. I thought, I'm going to just see if the chopped worm acts in the I didn't fancy ground bakes. I think it's so narrow. I thought, I don't think anything naturally, I'm not saying that I think anything lives there, because I think it does, but I think it's difficult to make fish settle over a volume of bait when it's like that. And you're much better loose feeding and trying to draw fish all day and basically pull fish into it. So that was my little theory. And it worked quite well, because I caught very little for the first half an hour, just a couple of little roach, and then I started catching the odd skimmer, then the odd F1, and my peg just got better. As I fed more and more, it got better and better. And I ended up with, I think I had 11 F1s, and probably 20 skimmers, and probably 40 roach, something like that. So I've had plenty of bites, but I didn't think I got a massive weight, to be honest. I actually thought I got about 25 pound, which is not very good. Really.
You normally know what you've got, no?
I know. I was a bit out. I was a bit embarrassed, really, because I actually weighed 43 pound.
Bad boy.
Well, I didn't deliberately do it. I think what it was, because like Josh Newton had 20 summer F1s and he weighed 37 pound, and thought, well, I've got half as many F1s, but mine were a lot bigger. Mine were like Lumpingtons. Oh, I had 4 F1s down the edge on maggots as well. Loose fed maggots out there.
Nice.
20 minutes. Oh,
Big pot-bellied thing.
beautiful, beautiful. Light rig, laying it in, holding onto it, ding.
And
Bait, Joe,
importantly,
everywhere.
you not only won the section in the pairs event, you won the lake as well, didn't you?
I did. I won my little half. So it was a lovely day. A lovely day. How did you get on, my old fruit?
I had a very weird day. And there's not much to it, to be honest, Thomas. Not like your day. You were blowing a gale. I couldn't really fish any further out than sort of 6 metres. Or on peg.
How can you say that? It was straight off your back.
Or on peg. 56 on laurels.
I bet back of your ears were freezing.
No, it were coming straight across me from left to right.
It was.
So I didn't actually get any more than 6 metres of pole out to start with. And then I set it up, and my peg were dead flat. I'd not really got any features in front of me. And then about 10 minutes before the start of the match, I glanced round to my left, and I noticed that on this point, because you've got a spare peg, and then there's the point. On this point, there was a little reed bed and a bit of cover. And I saw an F1 top the other side of it, and I thought,
In the calm water around you, the F1 top.
No, it was where the wind was hitting the bank
Right.
and waves were bouncing over him. In fact, I'm surprised it didn't wash an F1 up onto the thing. The
Right,
waves were that
okay.
big. And I quickly got up, literally 5 minutes before it started the match, and set a rig up to fish down there. Just roughly plumbed it up, and I thought, if I don't catch out in front of me, I'll go down there. And fished in front of me for an hour or so. All I caught were a few small roach. Never caught an F1 or anything. There was nothing getting caught on lake at all. It was horrendously hard. And then an odd person started to catch an odd F1 down the edge and stuff. And I couldn't catch any in front of me, any down that edge, any. I've got some more sections of pole out, tried to fish 11 metres, couldn't hold that. So I turned around into wind and fished on the edge of this reed bed, and I ended up catching like 20 F1s in the last sort of 90 minutes. Caught some big uns and all that, 3 or 4 pound things. Caught a lot of carp as well.
Did you?
You know them big crafty carp you see cruising about in summer that you can't catch?
Yeah.
Caught loads of them.
And they didn't count?
No.
Oh.
But I ended up with £46.12 or £46.15, which was enough to win the section and come third on the match.
It was.
So I had a nice day, but it just goes to show, doesn't it? Like, if I hadn't a glance there and seen that fish top, I probably wouldn't have fished there. Really weird place to fish, like, because the wind was straight into you, you could hold your pole.
Yeah.
And I just kinder potted maggots, like a full kinder pot. I actually went down there with corn to start with, and see if I could dob it. I caught a couple of carp, so I started feeding maggots in a kinder pot. Just fished on bottom, double maggot, full biggest kinder pot of maggots I could ever chuck in. It was lovely fishing.
That's awesome, mate. Awesome day's sport. And importantly,
Section win.
Section win.
You know what that means, don't you? The best two looking men in angling only went and won the pairs
We
on
did.
the last round.
It was a nice little pickup, wasn't it?
Alright, wasn't it?
It was.
And we've been sensible, we haven't been to the pub with money yet, have we?
We did actually go straight to the pub and had a pint while we sorted it out and counted
yeah.
it out. But
Yeah.
it was it was nice. But the real heroes on the day fell to those who took the individual honours over the whole 5-match series. Very consistent duo. Adam Wakelin and Des Shipp, who narrowly beat Will Raisin and Callum Dix into runners-up spot.
And then in third place was James Dent and Andy Gelder.
Yeah. Fourth, Cam Hughes and Sean Ashby.
And last in the money, a couple of... You probably won't recognise them, would you?
No.
It's someone Scawthorne.
Big Al.
Alan Scawthorne, that's him, and his son Oliver.
And who was sixth?
Nobody.
No?
No.
We were sixth.
Oh.
First down at money. That's your fault, that is. You've
Is it?
loads of big high scores through this. I've done
Have I
brilliant.
really?
I've done brilliant every time.
So it must be all them fifths and sixths in sections that I've had, Tom.
It must be, mate. It must be. Anyway.
You haven't had any results
No,
like that, have
mate.
you?
No. On to the interview with the winners.
Yeah. Big
Here
well
it is.
done.
Des Shipp and Adam Wakelin.
Well, I'm here with the 2016 Preston Innovations Pole Fishing Pairs Champions, Des Shipp and Adam Wakelin. Well done, boys. You've done it.
Cheers, Matt. Thank you.
You've held on to this league throughout, haven't you? You've been winning it throughout by just a few points, and then today, dead close. And
yeah, I mean, it's been a massively brilliant standard of angler. You know, you've never won the section until the last, until the last minute.
Yeah.
It's very difficult. Luckily, I've been on bonsai today. I've had the wind off me back. Adam drew me.
poor backs of your
yeah.
ears have been freezing.
Yeah, it's not
haven't
been that easy, but it's been better than some people have obviously had it in their face. I've been lucky. I've had a nice day. Managed to win my section by about £4.
Nice.
So I've had a nice day.
What about you, Adam? Have you got
I've been with you on laurels.
Yeah.
In your section, you've took the honours. Struggled,
Okay.
really struggled. Caught a few roach early, but just weren't getting no bites, Matt. And then I've had 2 F1s at the death.
Yeah.
Which is just saved me from being last. So I was 4th.
But you say you were 4th, but in this competition, with it being so close, you're just nicking
No,
a
you
few
got-
fish.
yeah,
and-
you've
1
got
point,
to-
1 point, 2 points. I mean, I think we won the league by 2 points. I think.
Which in 5 peg sections isn't a lot.
No, not at all.
It's honestly I thought that we could have thrown it today, but Williams struggled a bit in his section. He's finished 4th as well, so that sort of counteracted and.
You've done the business, haven't you? Now, you've done really well through. I think you've won 2 or 3 of the rounds, haven't you? You've won a couple of matches, Adam.
Yeah.
You've
Won the
framed
first
Des
match.
as well. Has there been any particular tactics that you think have give you an edge?
Yeah, for me, catching past the bait's been massive for me. In not just fishing this pairs competition, but in fishing in general in the winter. Catching a lot of fish, feeding here and fishing that far past.
Right.
You can't get your head round it, but it works. Flicking your rig out, and over 5 hours, you might be putting another 10 or 12, 15 pound in there, depending on the size of fish.
Yeah.
And this winter has been a bit like that. I think it's been very difficult. Roach fishing's been difficult on some venues, and the skimmers are really. I think a lot of the fish, a lot of the fish have been off the bottom.
Right.
Today I've had to feed real loose bait. I've had to put worms in, but loose ground bait. If I didn't put that in, they just wouldn't feed. And I think they're all just drifting around off the bottom, and then some of it goes past and
They have it.
Follow it
they
down
have
and have a
it. But
munch.
that's been a massive key for me, in this competition, is
Yeah.
catching past me.
What
bait.
about you, Adam? Have you got any?
Pretty, just light rigs. Light rigs has caught me a lot of fish. Caught me a lot of fish here at Packington. Just so you can flick your rig past.
And dead slowly watching
Yeah,
it down.
just watch. Hold tight onto it. But then same again, you've got to try and work out in your match where the fish are, because sometimes you come back, you drop it on that bait, like Des says, and you catch, and then
Yeah.
you've got to think about where you're going to put your rig as you're shipping out, and that'll depend on
Then-
where you've caught that fish previously, if that makes sense.
Right.
So if you can work that out, and like Des says, it puts extra pounds in, which is what it's about.
Brilliant. Well, it's an absolutely awesome field. You
Thanks,
boys
mate.
have come out on top. Very well done once again.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, thank you.
Today brought something a little bit different for you, didn't it, Thomas?
It certainly did. Much as I would have loved to have gone fishing today, I thought I'd better do some work for a change.
Right.
So I've been to the Northern Angling Show.
And how was it?
It was really, really good. I stood on the DHP stand. I had a chat to some lovely anglers.
Yeah.
And saw a lot of friends there as well. Lovely catching up with everybody. But not as nice as your day on the bankside, sir.
Ooh, I went to the Old River Nene at March.
Sorry. You've missed something. Quite important, I'd say.
What's that?
First of all, I'd like to say thank you very much to Tom Scholey for allowing me to go fishing.
Like I said, I went to the Old River Nene at March.
What?
Practicing.
Insubordination in the ranks, sir.
For the Winter League final, which is taking place next week. The great matches, you know. You know what I told you about that little pub which broke you?
Yeah.
Got you a little video of that little bit of it.
Beautiful.
Nice. I think there were 102 anglers or something like that, so it were a good match again. And it fished its nuts off.
Did it?
Oh, it fished brilliant. 20... Is it Bob Fitzjohn or John Fitzbob? I don't know which way around it is, because there's two of them, isn't there? Well, I think it was Bob Fitzjohn.
Right.
Anyway, I think it was Bob Fitzjohn who won the match.
Yeah.
£23 off that bypass section.
Yeah.
My dad was second. Simon
Were
Wilmore. Yeah,
What did he have?
£21. Awesome, well done, Dad. And a couple of teammates were third and fourth. Hey, I've got a story to tell you.
What?
Brooks is in trouble. Dave
Why?
Brooks Jr. come third on the match today, and he only had £7 apparently.
And what did he actually have?
£17.
Bless him, he might have just got his digits confused.
He gets his digits confused a lot though, doesn't he?
He does, yeah. And who was he in trouble with?
Simon Fields.
Why?
Because he had 2 ounces less.
Oh,
But they both did really well.
they did.
Some lovely big roach. Caught them on bread punch and a few on emp, I think, as well.
Yeah.
And now we're a little bit further down. I had a lovely day's fishing. I had £12, 11 ounce, which was enough to win the section. Nice day's fishing. Learnt a lot though as well. I ain't done much of that sort of fishing, and there's quite a lot to it, isn't there? Little tiny drains, like 7 or 8 metres wide, really shallow, and like you sort of chase fish about, and a lot of things to learn. I caught some on bread down the middle to start with, and a few on squats and pinkies longer to finish off on.
Sounds like a lovely
Really
day's
nice,
fishing,
yeah.
mate.
But really good match, really enjoyed it, learnt a lot, and things are hotting up for the big final next week.
It's next Saturday, the Winter League final, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know obviously you're going to be biased, but who's your money on to win? Which team are
Tell
going to
you, Matt, I tell you what, I'm going to put my neck on that. I'd love to win with Barnsley. I
Yeah.
think we've got a good team. Dorking have got a great team. Starlets have as usual. But you know who I think underdogs are?
Who?
Image. Maybe
I
Image.
think Image have got a great chance.
Yeah.
Because their commercial side at Decoy is awesome.
It is.
And they've got a lot of the old school sort
Yeah.
of drain anglers, haven't
There's
they?
been Simon Coldclough, Gary Miller, they've all been there.
Pete
So
Bays, is he
yeah.
fishing for them? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm next to him today. But they, I'm going to put my neck on the line, so they could be underdogs. They could win it.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Well, if you're putting your neck on line, they're favourites for you. They're not underdogs, are they?
Favourites for me.
Favourites, aren't
There
they?
you go.
That's it.
Who you think's going to win it?
I think Dorking will win it.
Do you?
Yeah. Could be wrong.
Bets are out.
But I've said it.
Jury's out.
That's it. We're going to wait and see, can't we?
But we'll update you with it next week, can't we? And
We can. And love you and leave you for now.
have a fantastic week. If you're on the bank, you hope you catch loads.
See you later.
Toodaloo.